I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends watch it, and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them. I stole with them, I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 88. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise, and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts on how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith & Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid. Only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Nigga never been as broke as me. I like that. When I was young, I had 2 pair of leaves. Besides that, the pinstripes and the gray. The one I wore on Mondays and Wednesdays. While niggas flirt, I'm sewing tigers on my shirt and alligators. You wanna see the inside? I see you later. Here come the drama. Oh, that's that nigga with the fake. Wow, why you punch me in my face? Stay in your place, play your position. Here come my intuition. Go in this nigga pocket, rob him while his friends Fans watch it and hoes clock it. Here comes respect. His crew's your crew, or they might be next. Look at they man, big man, they never try, so we roll with them, stole with them. I mean loyalty. Niggas bought me milks at lunch. The milks with chocolate, the cookies, butter crunch, 80 lunch. Long as I got stuff for most of them soft. Even when I was wrong, I got my point across. They depicted me the boss. Of course, my orange box cutter make the world go round. Plus I'm fucking bitches ain't my homegirls now. Start stacking, dabbled in crack, gun packing. Nickname Medina, made the scenes, took my Ninas. From gym class to in-glass, pass off for global. The only nigga with a mobile. Can't you see like total? Getting larger in waist and taste. Ain't no telling where this felon is heading. Just in case, keep a shell at the tip of your melon. Clear the space. Your brain was a terrible thing to waste. Realizing to master enterprise and I ain't have to be in school by 10. I then began to encounter with my counterparts of how to burn the block apart. Break it down into sections. Drugs by these selections. Some use pipes, others use injections. Syringe sold separately. Frank the deputy, quick to grab my Smith and Wesson like my dick was missing. To protect my position, my corner, my layer. While we out here, say the hustler's prayer. If the game shakes me or breaks me, I hope it makes me a better man. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand. Get my daughter this college plan, so she don't need no man. Stay far from timid, only make moves when your heart's in it. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Motherfucker. 88. And live the phrase, sky's the limit. Take a better stand, put money in my mom's hand.
All right, man. What
Damn, this
is,
weird.
I swear to God, what is going on, man? We are live with news. It is Wednesday, man. It is Wednesday after AEW Dynamite, man. Yeah, so let's hop right into the intro, bro. Let's not waste any more time, man. Or, not that we've wasted a lot of time, but you guys know the drill, man. What is going on, guys? We are back with yet again another edition of the Notorious podcast, man. This is episode 151 of the news, man. And if this is your first time watching, you guys do not know how the show works, man. Every Monday we're on here with Notorious Unscripted after Monday Night Raw, and every Friday at 4 p.m. Central we are on here with the news. Obviously, if you guys, are listeners of the podcast, you would know that our boy Sir K is going on vacation, man, so that is why, obviously, we are on here on the Wednesday, but typically, it's Friday at 4 p.m. Central, man, and if you guys did miss this past Monday's edition of Notorious Unscripted, our WWE and AEW both in a creative slump at the moment, at least as far as some things go into WrestleMania. We definitely got a little bit of news today on why these things may be happening in WWE. As for AEW, I don't know. Their fans continue to defend that the reason AEW doesn't tell storytelling is simply because that's just not what they're known for, man. That's it.
No, they're not. They have a million great stories that they've already told, but man, they're not known for stories.
No, not at all, man. Not according to the AEW tribalists, the AEW elitists out there. That's the excuse, man. That's the excuse. Apparently, they get the pass just because they're just not known for it, man. But we do have a little bit of news on WWE and their storytelling and why things have kind of been taking the direction that they have been, at least as far as some things on your television screen are concerned. But yes, our WWE and AEW both in a creative slump. You hear me and Sir K talk all about that on Monday's episode of Unscripted. Like I said, we just kind of went in depth, man, on kind of everything creatively that the companies are both doing wrong, and we kind of just ripped them to fucking shreds, man. So, yeah, man. So if you guys did miss that, that is available for you guys on all platforms, man. That is episode 132 of Unscripted. Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts. And if you want to see it first, right here after Monday Night Raw on YouTube, man. So, yes, that is available for you guys on all platforms as we speak, man. And with that, man, if you guys have not got a chance to get your hands on some of the official Notorious Heels podcast merchandise, you guys can now find this live on the merch shop right now. That is bonfire.com. Link is at the top of the description of this very video, and it is in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. Not hard to find at all. You get all 8 of these beautiful designs in more than just a t-shirt, man. Long sleeve, youth, hoodie, tank top, whatever you guys want, man. It's available on the merch shop for you guys, man. You got the Chicago flag design, the Chicago skyline design, the base logo design, the Riddler-inspired IWC's Best Kept Secret design, the scratch logo, the only community that matters, the uncrowned kings of the IWC, and the Christmas merch, man. So, with that, man, like I said, all 8 of these beautiful designs available in more than just a t-shirt live on the merch shop right now. That is at the top of the description of this very video and in either mine or Sir K's social media pages, man. So with that, if this is your first time watching and you guys do not know who we are here at the Notorious Heels podcast, I am Johnny Mayhem, one half of the host of this very show. And as for the other half, we got my man Sir K here. How's it going, man?
Going good, man. Going good. Just been chilling out, man. Waiting for this. Well, technically started, but this vacation, man. And afterwards, I got Revolution, man. Even though I'm not crazy excited for Revolution, especially that fucking tag match, man.
Why not, man?
Oh, man, and just I mean, who needs a story? Yeah, I mean, story.
They're not known for it, man. I gotta stop
Yeah.
you right there. You know.
They're not known for stories, so.
You know.
But
It's all
I'm
good.
doing good, man. I'm doing good. Just been chilling out, man. Just been chilling out, waiting for this fucking week, man. And it's here, man. So that's awesome. But usually, I was about to call him something else. Durante is here to fucking and I was about to call him Durante.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Oh man.
oh, oh, bro, we've been joking too much about fucking people we work with at fucking goddamn, man. But like Durante's usually here to ask, man, how's life? How's the family? Life's good, man. The family's good. What about you guys in chat? What about you, Logan? See you there, man. What's up? How you guys doing? What about you, bro? How you doing?
Yeah, man, I'm good, bro. I'm good. Chilling, man. Chilling. Nothing much, bro. Just getting ready for this Revolution weekend. I ordered my Elite 99 Seth Rollins today. Remember the one I was showing you with the cloth white jacket? That one.
Mm-hmm.
I ordered that
Nice.
today. So, yeah, bro. Yeah, just chilling, man. Just chilling. Yeah, just waiting for the Revolution weekend, man. Obviously, you guys know we will be on here live Sunday night after the show. But yeah, nothing too much at all, man. You know, I know the show's gonna be good. Man. But yeah, it does definitely take a little. It definitely does take a little excitement away, man. Being that and I'm not just saying this, man, but it definitely does take a little bit of excitement away, being that a lot of things haven't been built up great at all. And that's just how it is. That's just how it is, building into the show. But we'll definitely go over that, man, as we got the Revolution predictions here tonight for you guys. And as Durante always asks, man, I'm good. Family's good. And what about you, Durante? What about you, Logan, Pops? What about everybody else watching on the replay and everybody that's going to be here in a little bit, man? What the hell is going on, guys? And thank you guys for being here as always. But, man, my God. So much for wanting FTR to return tonight. They waited this long to have Danhausen and Orange Cassidy ultimately be the final team. And they were the Jokers, I believe, right? They were the last team that came out.
I don't think there was a Jokers because they were announced for the match in a segment earlier in the show. There was no Joker, I don't think.
Oh my God. They were the last team though, right?
Yeah, they were the last team,
Oh,
but like,
wow.
I mean,
Not your
because the Joker,
not your fun Joker.
yeah, because the Joker was supposed to be a surprise, or at
Surprise,
least,
right.
yeah, no, nothing like that, man. So,
Wow.
welcome to the current state of AEW, man. If it's not one mid-card title that's not being singly defended on the fucking pay-per-view, it's the other one. It went from the TNT title to now the fucking All-Atlantic.
Yep. Yeah, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. Not only does Orange Cassidy have a championship, both of the two teams that are in that tag team match makes me question as to why you built up two separate contender matches to be put in the match, and both of your winners ended up being Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett and Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. Oh my lord.
You just announced the shit at that point. God damn,
Honestly,
better than burying fucking all these good-ass teams.
you got me fucking sitting here thinking FTR is going to make their return. Fucking you know, I was wondering too, with that Pinnacle episode coming out today, I'm probably going to watch that later tonight with the FTR with Dax Pinnacle episode coming out. I wonder if he got himself into a little bit of hot water, because I'm sure he wasn't holding any punches on that.
I actually did see a little quote from that, and I bet he probably did.
Yeah, I seen a little something with Dax talking about how he doesn't think AEW's too happy with them because they didn't acknowledge like some kind of year-end awards or something like that. But
Yeah, they didn't acknowledge FTR for the year-end awards that fucking Meltzer did. So they're kind of mad about that. And then he was talking about the Pinnacle, obviously in that episode, and he said something about how they believe it didn't work because MJF didn't wrestle enough with them, and that AEW is that they like said
damn.
it or something backstage, and AEW wasn't that happy or something like that. It was something like that.
I mean, that's fair though, bro. And it's funny too because you look back at that summer, and me and you, I believe, have an unscripted titled "Why is the Pinnacle versus the Inner Circle all about Chris Jericho and MJF?" And it was not ever about the groups. It was just always about those two and the groups. And they could have made a positive out of that, but they didn't. They completely just cast them, to the wayside, man, and it looked like shit. Damn.
Exactly, bro.
Damn, that's crazy. That's crazy, man. But switching over, bro, we will get to a little bit of AEW news. We do have a little bit of AEW news on this episode, man. But we're gonna start you guys off with, you know, we're going to start you guys off with some good news. Because we got some pretty bad ones on this episode, man. But we got a story about one of the best professional wrestlers on the planet. Finally getting the recognition he properly deserves, man. He is a man we all know as Gunner. Yes, Gunther. Walter. Walter, man. Walter's in the news, bro. I'm sure you guys seen it on the thumbnail, man. There is a new report that Walter is possibly next in line for a WWE World Championship run.
Look at that, man.
Holy
Look at that.
shit.
Never thought I'd see the day.
Vince McMahon was going to bury Walter for the WWE Championship. For the Intercontinental Championship. And now, with Triple H at the helm, do you think this would ever be a story if Vince McMahon was in charge? This is beautiful to see. Man. So, according to according to WrestleVotes via Give Me Sport, Triple H is a big fan of Gunther, and he might be next in line for a run as a world champion in the WWE. Walter would be perfect if they wanted to split those titles. However, the only thing about Walter being the world champion is, well, I'll tell you guys after I read this, but so they say, WrestleVotes, and I quote, Triple H loves him. They all love him ever since he came into his own at Clash at the Castle. I'm not just talking about Triple H. Road Dogg is big on him. Jason Jordan really likes him. Once WWE gets the world title, gets 2 world titles, you double the amount of people in the main event scene. Gunther is ready to step it up. I expect by the summer to see him at the top of the card. I wouldn't be surprised if he wins a world championship. He might be next in line. End quote. As WrestleVotes to Give Me Sport, man. So the only thing here is Walter. So I see what you're saying, Logan. I see what you're saying. Walter, you think Walter should beat Cody? For me, I would maybe like to see LA Knight, or I would maybe like to even see if he bites the bullet and turns heel, which he should, Sami Zayn. I think you got a really nice story there. Obviously, you're not doing the one with Roman, so one step better than that, I think, would be having Cody Rhodes turn heel and almost kind of pick on Sami Zayn and look down on Sami Zayn because he had all the momentum. He was the hottest guy on the show, and he couldn't beat Roman Reigns. Meanwhile, Cody Rhodes did. So I think you got a really cool story there for Cody to play as the heel. I think that would be pretty cool. And I do believe, I do have trust in Triple H to kind of keep Sami Zayn hot. I'm not saying you're going to replicate what you did with him this past year, but I think I think you're in a position where people still do want to see him in some way, shape, or form come out of this holding a world championship at least once. You know what I mean? So I think you got a little something there, but Walter, Walter beating Cody, I definitely, I definitely see what you're saying there, man, because those two put on a hell of a last sequence in the Royal Rumble. He's definitely one of the names. I would definitely like to see him face Cody. I think there's a couple people that could have a really good program with Cody Rhodes. However, if Cody Rhodes is going to have a long championship reign, we need to fucking see one John Cena match in there. We need to see one. We need to see one of them. Man, but
Cause man, I want that feud like nothing, man. But man, my only concern about a Gunther title reign is we've just had a very, very long title reign in Roman Reigns, and I think we'll get a solid length one with Cody. and then going right into another what would have to be because it's Walter. A
Yeah.
long title reign could be a little much. That would be my like
That's
only
that's
concern.
exactly what I was gonna say.
But I mean, it's fucking Walter. I'd be down. But like I think with actually having the two titles separated, that could benefit it a lot. But it will still be a little much.
Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, that's exactly what I was gonna say too. I would not want to jump back into, I mean, dude, it's been 900 fucking days of
That's
Roman
no,
Reigns. Damn near by the time WrestleMania comes, we're going to be nearing 1,000 days as Universal Champion. Roman Reigns won that championship when Cody Rhodes was feuding with fucking, oh my god, Cody Rhodes was feuding with the Dark Order
yeah,
and Brody Lee when Roman Reigns won that championship. Think about how crazy that is. When Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship, Braun Strowman was a fresh bald. He was fresh. Um my god, bro. Well, I mean, what else was going on at the time, dude? I mean, John Moxley was in the middle of his first AEW. John Moxley was feuding with MJF the first time. Uh, you know, AEW was telling stories at the time.
yeah,
I mean, I mean, it's been a fucking long time, man. It's been a really fucking long time. Um, yeah, Chris Jericho was feuding with Orange Cassidy around the time Roman Reigns won won the Universal Championship. I mean, it's been a long time, man. So yeah, man, and obviously we see how things have changed. Cody's in AEW. AEW doesn't tell stories anymore. We're so far removed from a lot of these things, man. So the only thing I would be a little worried about is just kind of, I wouldn't want the fans to get fatigue for something that is not his fault at all, and that is just seeing
yeah,
long-winded champions. So that's the only thing.
definitely, man.
But yeah, Slogan, I totally agree. There is a lot of different ways you could go with this story. I just I hope they yeah, I mean all of them, at least all the ones we just listed off sound pretty good. Sammy, LA Knight, Walter, a lot of them sound really good, man. I just I hope they do the right thing, man, and I hope Triple H is willing to say no, man. I hope Triple H is willing to say no when he feels he needs to.
Yeah, definitely. I hope so, man. I hope so.
Yeah, man. So yes, Gunther. Yes, Gunther going for a world championship, man. I mean, I would totally be down. I just think we need a nice summer where somebody else is world champion. Somebody, maybe not even a summer, but maybe just like one little reign. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Maybe two. With that are kind of just 4 months. Just a little reign. Nothing too
simple
fucking
reigns.
long. Yeah, just a nice simple reign, and that's it, man. And then we can, move on to the next guy, and then Walter can have his, year-long reign, or even
Mhm.
9 months or whatever you want to do, man. But it should be good nonetheless, and I would absolutely be down for it. We love Walter. We hated Gunther, but Gunther has kind of came into his own, and he's being booked like a motherfucking beast. So that's
Oh, yeah. Mhm.
definitely who he should be, man. So I'm glad he's in the spot, and I'm glad stories like this are coming out. It makes me very happy for him. Um,
Def-
yeah, man. So speaking of Gunther,
What's up,
yo,
Durant?
what is
What's
up,
up, brother? How you
Durante?
been?
Yeah, man. How you been, man? All right, man. So speaking of Gunther, one of the ways he can contend for the WWE Championship is a way that I've been seeing a lot of people saying that they would like to see him win it, and I think he would be a fantastic winner for this. WWE King of the Ring.
Mm.
Well, King and Queen of the Ring, since it's all going to be one pay-per-view, I guess.
Lame.
First of all, something that went completely over my head, and I'm okay with this, kind of.
Mhm.
I'm okay with some aspects of it. You know that once I tell you what's wrong with King of the Ring, you're going to understand the annoying fucking part of it.
God.
King of the Ring is May
I think.
27th.
Yep.
Double or
It-
Nothing is May 28th. Dog.
Oh, they might, especially where King of the Ring is gonna be.
Dude,
That show ain't getting touched. Get the fuck out of here.
that's the annoying part too, because I love me a one-night tournament, but you put it in front of these fucks? All right, well, let me get to the story.
You mean
I mean-
one afternoon?
Yeah,
Yeah.
seriously. Mike Johnson of PW Insider reports WWE King and Queen of the Ring will take place in Saudi Arabia. The event is scheduled for May 27th. The date was first reported by Brandon Thurston of WrestleNomics. And this also was confirmed by Fightful. So, first of all, WWE. So that's the thing. Is it going to be a great night of wrestling? Yes. Personally, I loved the week they did Clash and All Out. I thought it was a great fucking mix. I really got the best of both worlds. One of the best WWE, definitely the best WWE show of last year, Clash at the Castle, and then All Out, which was a great show in its own right. And then the All Out Media Scrum just took things to a whole different level. But you know, it sounds fucking good. Like, one night tournament show sounds fantastic, and then you do this to the point where the fucking dude, the show is in Saudi Arabia. What on earth? Why didn't you, first of all, why didn't you do Backlash in Saudi Arabia? And second of all, you decide to put what could possibly be a fantastic night of professional wrestling, a one-night tournament. You know that tournament's going to be stacked. You put that in front of these fucking bozos, man? Really?
You're just gonna be sitting there the whole show, just
Like,
like,
dude.
they only pop if fucking Hulk Hogan's in fucking front of them, man. That makes me scared for that goddamn show of who they're gonna put on to please them. 'Cause it don't matter who in charge. When they in there, they pleasing the
Yes.
Saudis. So Triple H gonna pull out some fucking Omos bullshit, and that show is going to. I think it's gonna suck, man. This does not sound good. The mix of the Queen of the Ring in there, the location. This don't look it, man, at all.
Dude. Yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. I'm not a fan of them bringing
See it.
dude. I mean, seriously, these are the same people that went absolutely nuts when Goldberg beat Bray Wyatt. These people were jumping up and down when Goldberg beat Bray Wyatt. This is who you decide to put a night of. A King of the Ring tournament is something you put in front of one of your banger crowds. You take this shit to the UK. You bring this to New York. You bring this to Chicago. You bring this shit to fucking to Miami, or to, a big market in Texas or something like that, man. You bring this to a market like that. You don't bring this shit to people who don't appreciate good wrestling. They kind of just appreciate characters, old characters. That's kind of this is that. I mean, that is what the Saudi Arabian people like. They like they like these old retro, wrestlers that fucking come out there and relive their past glory. That's what these people like. You know what I mean? They're not gonna sit there and appreciate. Fucking Gunther versus Johnny Gargano in the finals of the King of the Ring tournament. That's not who you put this in front of, man. And it ultimately is gonna make for a worse show, man, because I guarantee and when they go to Money in the Bank in London, it's going to be the quality of the show is going to be amplified by the crowd, like the Elimination Chamber. The quality of the show gets amplified by the crowd. But on the back end of that, if your crowd sucks, the show's going to fucking take a hit. And these Saudi Arabia shows take a hit sometimes, man. I mean, the last one they did, sure they were kind of, popping for Logan Paul and Roman Reigns, but when Karrion Kross and Drew McIntyre were out there, you could hear a fucking pen drop in the arena.
Can you imagine what happens when all those NXT guys are out there? They're gonna be looking at Gargano like,
who the fuck is this?
Who let their kid here? What the fuck? You know what
Seriously.
I mean?
No.
That's not an insult on Johnny. That's an insult on that fucking crowd. Yeah, man, I am not excited for that pay-per-view in the slightest, man. That does not sound good.
Definitely, and I can't blame you at all, man. And like I said, for me, what sounded like a fucking great night of professional wrestling, and I'm sure it will be, but I mean the quality of the show is going to take a drastic hit because there could be a fantastic match, but is it going to be appreciated by the live crowd? Probably not. Unless it's fucking Ric Flair versus fucking Yokozuna, taking place on the card, man. But yeah, man. I mean, it absolutely sucks, bro. You do not put a night of just tournament matches in front of what 9 times out of 10, at least for a majority of your talent, is a dead crowd. That's just
exactly.
That's just how it is, bro. But, yeah, man, so that sucks. That absolutely sucks for King of the Ring. Very, very bad. Very bad news for the King of the Ring event. Speaking of Money in the Bank, we just talked about Money in the Bank. WWE, Money in the Bank, general admission tickets sold in under a minute.
Look at that, man.
Holy shit.
Yet again.
Ooh, the Triple H effect, man. According to Alex McCarthy of the Daily Mail, WWE said general sale tickets for Money in the Bank at London's O2 Arena sold out this week. And I quote, at one point, there was over 30K WWE fans in the queue, and that was just Ticketmaster. As per reports, single holds premium seats and other tickets are expected to be made available soon. Wow. 30,000 people in the waiting room.
Look at that, man. Look what happens when you put on interesting television. God.
It can do wonders.
Tell some stories.
It can do It can do fucking wonders, bro. It can do wonders, and I mean, this is all on the back of people like Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, man. They have really put the company on the map through. I mean, one of the best ages, or one of the best stories told in ages in WWE, man. It's a beautiful thing to see, man. It's a beautiful thing to see. I think this also is a testament to people like LA Knight. I think a lot of people want to see him win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Cody Rhodes. A lot of people want to see Cody Rhodes, man. A lot of people are just interested in just people in WWE in general, man. Walter, Cody,
Mhm.
Sammy, Kevin, LA Knight, whether they want to believe it right now or not, Bray Wyatt, I mean, it's, yes, WWE has certainly improved, man, and you can see here, I never thought in a million years I would see, WWE tickets selling out in under a minute.
Look
Crazy.
at that. Look at Triple H, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. It's a crazy, crazy thing to see. It's a crazy thing to see, man. But it is upon us, man. WWE selling some fucking tickets, man. A couple years ago, oh man, God bless if you get one of these events to hold fucking half the capacity.
Oh, dude, I'll never forget all that tarp, all those damn tarps.
Dude, that shit was tent city in that fucking arena, man.
They had to
Tarp
fucking
city.
spend all the ticket money on those tarps, probably.
Seriously, man. I mean, holy hell. Yeah, man. Speaking of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, man, as per WRKD Wrestling, take this with a grain of salt. We don't really hear that name much unless it's abbreviated for something that's going completely over my head right now. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos is currently slated to main event WrestleMania Night 1.
It fucking better be.
Obviously this is just a rumor now. I don't believe we've heard this from anybody, that we hear from a lot. But as per WRKD, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus the Usos will main event Night 1 of WrestleMania. There is no other way to go about it. The Bloodline is the story of WrestleMania. The Bloodline falling is your story for WrestleMania. And that story is garnering one of the most intriguing WrestleManias in recent times. Keyword, story. There's a story, man, and it's making people excited. What do you know? What do you know, man?
Look at that, man. But that's good. It better be, man. And if it's not, man, what a waste of this fucking story.
Yes, no question. No question. The only other thing I wouldn't be mad at, even though this is my preferred outcome, is Sammy and Kevin opening night 2.
Yeah. Yeah,
I wouldn't be too mad at that, but this is no. There's no other way. You cannot convince me that there is that there's anything else. That there's anything else that they're in a point right now where you can, like WWE is like to do it for years and say, oh, this is a multi-main event. You can actually do multiple main events now, and Sami Zayn or this is the least you can do for him, if you ask me.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
So, yeah, man, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. The only reason I say that was just to maybe have the concept of the of the Bloodline all falling in one day. But if you ask me, you do not really need that. You could just have, I think, over WrestleMania is nice enough. So
Exactly. A weekend.
definitely. So yes, I hope this is true, because if it's not, somebody needs to get their head out of their ass and make it true, because Sami Zayn deserves this. Jey Uso deserves this. Jimmy Uso deserves this. Kevin Owens deserves this. Kevin Owens has been telling this story with the Bloodline since 2020. Since after the Jey Uso feud. Now, it hasn't been the whole time, It's been, on and off. But, yeah, absolutely. It's been lingering, man, since 2020. He's told a fucking great story, and for him to be one of the guys to partake in the bloodline going down is going to be a pretty fucking sick moment, man. It's going to be a pretty sick moment, and these guys work too fucking hard to be put anywhere else on the fucking card, man.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Guess we could give you guys the update. Oh, never mind. We have. Oh, well, yeah. Okay. Yes, we could give you guys the update, man, on Matt Riddle. Matt Riddle. The Wrestling Observer confirms Matt Riddle has now completed his rehab process and has served his suspension time. With WWE, he's ready to go. Back exactly 4 weeks ago, he's ready to go back exactly 4 weeks. What? Matt Riddle's ready to go. However, Wrestling Observer newsletter mentions that they may not be using Matt Riddle until after WrestleMania 39. Yeah, I could definitely see them bringing him back as more of the NXT kind of Matt Riddle, where he's not, riding around on a fucking scooter. I think
It was amazing.
Yeah, oh god. Yeah, I definitely think we'll get more. Of that Matt Riddle. So, it should be nice, man. It should be nice. But yeah. Yes, I'm glad he completed his rehab, man. I'm glad he successfully completed it, and I hope he gets back on the right track, man. You never like to see people go down these roads where it's kind of just addiction and things like that kind of alter their future and their what's the right word I'm looking for, their just kind of future with the company, if you will, man. And you never like to see things like that dictate their career path, so it sucks, but overall I'm very glad that he's successfully completed it, and it looks like we should be getting him back sometime soon.
Well, man, definitely. That's good to hear, man. That's good to hear. And I think it's a good decision, man, to not have him back till after
Yeah.
Mania. Only because there really be nothing to do for him at Mania at this point, and might as well just save for a nice surprise and build him back up.
Definitely, man. I mean, if Randy Orton was coming back tomorrow, then I would maybe say you have a point. But, if Orton's not going to be there, then, it's okay just to keep him off and do the match some other time. Yeah, man. So that is the update on Matt Riddle. Another update, or almost kind of a little bit of shocking news, is Naomi apparently is currently recovering from a shoulder injury. Damn.
That's crazy, man. That sucks to hear.
Ariane Andrew, or as most of you know her, other than my favorite women's wrestler of all time, Cameron,
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay,
Huge
okay.
pop for Cameron. Her former tag team partner recently appeared for a virtual signing with Golden Ring Collectibles. Okay. She claimed that Naomi is currently recovering from a shoulder injury. She says, and I quote, "So, she is recovering from shoulder surgery, and I want her to answer the question for herself of what's next for her. I know she's recovering from shoulder surgery, but I'm super proud of her. That's my sister from another mister, and I think you have to ask her for yourself how she's feeling. See if her shoulder is feeling good, because she's recovering right now. Ask her that question," said Cameron. It remains to be seen whether or not if Naomi is going to make a WWE return. Until then, we wish her a speedy recovery. Yeah, that's the end of it, man. So this is good. This is good, and the reason I say this is good is because she worked nonstop. I mean, Naomi. Naomi. I don't really ever remember Naomi ever getting injured. So I feel I feel this is her going back and kind of just fixing things that she just never really had time to get to um before she ultimately does make a return. Now, I'm glad she's recovering okay, and I hope we see her back soon, man. Obviously, it sucks that she's hurt, but I mean, unless this is a new injury that maybe she got while she was training, which we don't know. But from as far as we know now, I'm going to take this as, Naomi, kind of, just fixing some lingering injuries, man. So it's definitely good to see, man. It's good to see, and I can't wait to see her back, man. I think wherever she goes, I think she'll be a lot more appreciated than she was before.
Exactly, man. Exactly. Injury always sucks, man. But either whether it's a current one or a more of a past one that she's just nursing now, man. Good to see that she's finally getting to it and is able to get healthy again, man. And I just can't wait for her to come back and be appreciated wherever she might go.
Absolutely, bro. Absolutely. So Chris Jericho. Chris Jericho, man. Chris Jericho had a lot to say. And this actually is a pretty good thing
I like to hear this.
because absolutely, absolutely, I was just going to say this. I absolutely love to hear things like this going around. And Chris Jericho recently spoke about WWE as he was quoted by saying, "I have zero interest in ever going back to WWE." I'll read a little bit more before I give my opinion, man. So, during a recent interview with the Daily Star, the 52, damn, you would have never fucking guessed, bruh.
That's insane.
You would have never
God damn.
guessed. Jeez, he not only does he look great for 52, but fuck, he still moves, bruh.
I swear to God.
The 52-year-old reveals that he has no desire to go back to WWE, not out of bitterness or anger, but simply because he views AEW as being the place for him to be. He said, and I quote, "I don't see why it wouldn't be. I don't hold a torch for WWE. To me, that's not the place to be. AEW is the place to be. It really is. I've been in WWE. I know how it works. They work that way. I don't care if Vince is there, Hunter is there, whoever is there. They have a way of doing things, and I was there for 20 years, and I was pretty good at it. I like the way we do things at AEW better, so I don't know why I wouldn't want to finish my career in AEW. I never thought that I would finish my career. I never thought I wouldn't finish my career with WWE, but things happen, and I was just like, I want to go to Japan and do this match, and it opened up a whole new world for me. I was like, oh my gosh, this is the fun side of wrestling again. Business is business, and there's always ups and downs, but I have zero interest in ever going back to the WWE. That's not out of bitterness or anger. I love Vince, I love Hunter, and all the people over there, but I just really dig AEW, and I have a stake in the game. I came here right out of the gate. I was the guy. Besides Jim Ross, there was nobody that had really been on television on a national basis other than me. I take great pride in that. I started here. Why would I want to walk away? There's no much more that we can do. The sense of accomplishment is massive. End quote.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
This is great to hear because nowadays when you hear a lot of the people wanting to go back, you hear a lot of people wanting to go back to WWE, which is fine. That's their decision, it's their career. But it is very nice to hear somebody actually want to be in AEW, so it doesn't almost kind of seem like everybody is jumping off because AEW is not a bad place to be. AEW is fucking fantastic. We just want AEW to do what a majority believe is the best era of AEW, and that is when they were telling stories. I hate to keep bringing this up, but it's the truth. Um,
Yeah,
I mean, AEW, they were at their very best, bro, and they had some great fucking storytelling on their program, man. And this is very nice to hear. Chris Jericho. This is actually a little shocking to me because I could have swore that Chris would want to finish it in WWE. But to hear that he wants to finish his career, his over 30-year career in AEW, I think is very very cool for him to do. And you love to see that, not everybody is necessarily aborting the ship.
exactly, man. Exactly. It's really, really nice to hear someone in AEW, one of the toppest guys in AEW. He wants to be there, bruh. He likes being there. He likes his job. It's sadly hard to come by these days. So it's nice, man. It's really nice, and it is shocking, man. It is shocking, but it's it's good to see, man. It breathes some genuine care into that company, man, and that's the shit I like to see, man. Someone who will probably rep the company they're in without any underlying fakeness. Oh man, I like whoever's booking me more, which in a way, obviously, you kind of do. That's how the business works, but it gets to a point where there was always those rumors of more of those WWE guys, being a little annoying to work with in AEW, man. And it's good to see that the original one is, well, probably one of the ones I care the most, man. That's good to hear.
No question, dude. No question. Yeah, it's really it is very very nice to hear, man. And you know, Chris, um, he, I also think he knows that, there probably isn't really a spot for him in WWE, and I would also like to see this from other people too. And one guy that comes to mind, I would really like to see him finish his career in AEW because I think the place was built around him. I think in the long run, I mean, Jericho was the start of the company,
Yeah.
but I think the guy overall that Tony Khan really wanted to build everything around was John Moxley. And
Oh yeah.
also, I'm gonna say this right now. I I got to bring up these points because they mean something to me. I never, and I mean this wholeheartedly, never want to see the three Shield members in a fucking ring ever again. I want them to leave it at the good storybook ending they left it at, where they were all in the ring after WrestleMania 35 and they all said goodbye to Dean Ambrose as he like he said in that one interview, he walked into this casino and then he turned his chips, he cashed his chips in and he left,
That,
which is funny because then he ended up debuting at Double or Nothing. So he
that's
fucking
so
he walked his ass right back into the fucking to a different casino and he started playing there. So I
oh
never
yeah.
the next time I want to see the Shield together, I want to be like 35 years
Uh,
old, sitting in my living room with a fucking tear in my eye, watching these three get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. That's it. I think that could
exactly,
actually
man.
make for a Hall of Fame moment that is actually very heartwarming. Um,
Definitely.
yes, I oh God, I want to see. I really don't want to see John Moxley. I really don't want to see John Moxley. Well, not that I wouldn't maybe want to see Seth in AEW. But the three of them together, WWE beat the dead horse, bro. I don't want to see it, man. I just genuinely
That,
don't.
definitely, man, definitely. And another thing that made me laugh about this story with Jericho, man, that motherfucker does not like Hunter. That man does not like Mr. Paul.
Yeah.
Those two, those egos, man. Oh man,
Yes.
they do not like each other, man. It's kind of fucking hilarious.
Yeah, you know, it's like Jericho says it all the times. Like he says they used to hate each other, but they're friends now. I feel like you know, I feel like
Yep.
they're like okay with each other, but
Yeah,
it comes to a point where like they're both very stiff in kind of like moving room they give each other, you know?
exactly,
Like
man.
yeah, I feel like those two can piss each other off so easily, and I feel like a lot of the time it's very petty things like Triple H wouldn't let Chris Jericho have the NXT guys for one of his cruises. Like why? What?
And I know, and that's crazy how that kind of started
Yep.
him in AEW and him help making. That's crazy. That
This
in
all
a
stems
way,
back to Triple H.
I was gonna say, in a way, Triple H created his own enemy. He inadvertently created the thing that destroyed his baby NXT. He,
Yeah,
in a way, created it. Goddamn, ain't karma a bitch? Should have just let him
seriously.
on the cruise.
Seriously, bro. Honestly, dude. Honestly, though, because you know Chris Jericho, you know he has his finger on the pulse of professional wrestling, and you know he wanted NXT on that cruise because NXT was the hottest brand at the time, and you know he wanted to get his ass down there and chop it up with some of those guys, and
And he,
man, oh man,
when he couldn't, he was like, "Oh, what's the other hottest thing in the business?
Ring of
Oh,
Honor.
these Bullet Club guys and Ring of Honor and
Hmm.
shit. Let me do that instead." Because you
Yeah.
knew if he really wanted to, probably went to Vince and got a bunch of jobbers on that cruise if he wanted to. You know what I
Huh?
mean? But no, he went to where it was hot, man. And look how it is now. Now they sometimes film Dynamite on. I wish they filmed Dynamite on that cruise again.
Dude, I
I remember
missed that
years
fucking
ago.
episode, bro.
That was so awesome. That shit was awesome.
Yes, that was it was really nice, man. It was really nice. Um yeah, I know they had to do that one taped. I'm not really sure how, but if there was a way you can do it live on the cruise, I think that would be fucking tremendous. I don't know if that's
I-
possible, but but it would be
If
cool
it is,
nonetheless.
perfect.
Yes, it probably costs out the ass. That's probably why they
Yeah,
didn't do it.
it's probably a bitch. The Wi-Fi on a cruise probably ain't the fucking best,
Yeah.
let alone producing live television from one.
Yep, definitely. All right, man. Speaking of more people, and WWE, their stance on WWE, more AEW people to be specific. Kenny Omega apparently is open-minded about a move to WWE. Speaking on a PW Torch audio show, Wade Keller provided an update on WWE's stance on signing Omega about how he is open-minded about a potential move to the WWE. He says, I haven't independently verified rumors of WWE being interested in Omega. I have confirmed they're aware Omega's open-mindedness to come to WWE. That's what I've been told, that he's open-minded to landing in WWE before his career is over. The attitude is not I love AEW, I'm going to stay here forever. That is not apparently the belief within WWE. They don't believe that's Kenny Omega's mindset at this point.
That's can be worrying, but the fact that it comes from WWE, is a little suspect.
Definitely.
Just a tad.
Obviously they're going to think the best. Obviously they're going to think the best, and they're going to think they're going to think positively about their chances of landing him because they do want to land him. But
Mhm.
the thing with Omega, and I feel this with the Bucks, and I feel this with Cody as well. Cody Rhodes was the one, like, remember when the Elite first, like, kind of got into, like, a fight, and we kind of heard about them fighting? Do you remember the stories of Cody Rhodes was the only one going to, like, backstage meetings,
Yeah.
and stuff like that? I feel, if Cody Rhodes was sick of being in management and he was the one participating in the meetings, how do you think the guys feel that quickly we're like, yeah, we're not fucking doing this shit? That's the only thing that's a little worrying for me, is I feel like if Cody was the guy, and Cody was always the guy flaunting it around, I'm management, he was always the guy, playing Mr. Manager. If he got tired of being talent and management, it's a little worrisome how Kenny and the Bucks feel too. Are they over it? But then again, that doesn't necessarily have to mean they leave AEW. That could mean their next contract strips the EVP title away and makes them just talent.
Exactly, which I think it should. To be honest, I really think it should. Not
Yeah.
only do you not really need EVPs at this point, but like it's too much stress on them, obviously. Fucking Cody left for that reason. Um, just cut it, man. They don't need to be EVPs. Just make them what they want to be, just wrestlers, man. And if you're Kenny Omega, you just want to wrestle every week. You don't even want to tell stories.
Hey, man. If that's what Kenny Omega wants to do, man, there's a great spot for him on main event, man. There's always, there's no promos on there. It's just matches, you know.
You
So,
know what? One of the worst parts about that too. I'm
what?
hearing on those ROH tapings, they got some stories.
Oh,
They're
fucking
fucking
please.
Doug. How are you fucking putting on stories on ROH television, but not your main television, AEW?
Yeah, man, from what I'm hearing, bro, Wheeler Yuta sounds like a fucking killer on there.
I swear to God, one thing I heard about ROH that is kind of weird is it has no set time that it plays. So it's not for a guaranteed hour or an hour and a half or nothing. It's just whatever that week happens to be. So if
What?
that week is like 40, yeah. So there's no like set time that it is.
What?
So it could either be a 45-minute episode or an hour and a half minute episode any given day of the week said week. That sounds very, very negative to me about that show.
Well, Well,
It,
maybe it's a thing of Tony Khan saying, like, if I don't have the amount of content, I'm not gonna over push it just to get
yeah,
bullshit on the screen. So if it is very story driven, I will actually appreciate that. But if it ends up just being a bunch of nothingness, and then it's just, oh, this week we'll do this, we'll do an hour and a half, and then next week we'll do 45 minutes, even though it's just a bunch of matches and a bunch of backstage promos. Then that'll be a little blah. But I mean, if it's very story driven and they don't want to force anything, that could be a good thing, because then I
it could.
feel like that could limit the amount of bullshit we see, or the
Mm.
amount of just nothing matches and nothing segments on the show, which could be good, but generally speaking, that is just a little weird.
It's weird. I mean, you think an hour would be like a good standard. I
Yo,
mean,
it's great, yeah.
can't do much. It's not hard to fill up an hour.
Oh
So
yeah.
it's a little weird, but I kind of get what they're doing.
Yeah, in a weird way, but on the surface, that just sounds really weird. You never hear about any wrestling promotions
Yeah.
doing that. I mean, sometimes sometimes Triple H would maybe go a little over, but he never went under, hardly went under.
No, you couldn't even really go under, you know what I mean? Even though it was not on a TV network, it was still scheduled for that hour. So
Right.
they would do something that would bring it to an hour. Well, even if it was little things like make entrances a little longer or something.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little
Oh,
weird.
Triple H, man, the master at making entrances breathe. Ugh, I miss it,
Ugh, Rampage. Hmm?
dude. Fucking the guys are in the
Ramp
ring doing their fucking pose, and the other people's music hits half the time.
oh, dude.
Like, dude, why are you so quick with it? Like, let things breathe, please.
Just just setting that shit off, bro. Just next, next, next.
fucking
Damn,
Aussie
bro.
Open are in the fucking ring doing their pose and fucking Young Bucks music hits. Like, what the fuck? You're still shooting Aussie Open's entrance. Like, why don't you stop the music, let the crowd react, let the crowd settle, and then hit the Young Bucks music? Not saying you have to wait 30 seconds, but give it like a nice 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Cut the music, give it a nice 5 seconds, go into the, like, what the hell, man? They're just fucking, no transition either. They just hit the other people's music.
And then one match will finish, and as that person is walking to the back, another entrance music hits, and dude walks right past them for the next match.
Like, damn.
Like, oh, fuck, bro. Just save the shit for next week then.
Seriously, dude. Yeah, man. I don't know. Doesn't make any sense to me, man. Doesn't make any sense. But yeah, that's really weird. That's really weird. Man, do I miss those days? God. Do I miss those days, bro, where you would just load up the WWE network and at 7 o'clock to 8 o'clock you would just watch a new episode of NXT, man, and then, oh my God. What a time.
Man, I miss that shit.
Seriously, bro, if you don't love NXT, I seriously fucking question your love for professional wrestling. That was a time, dude. Jesus, man.
I just love NXT 2.
No.
Oh.
2.2 no. Oh God, I miss those days of NXT on the network, man. God. All right, man. More Kenny Omega. Well, speaking on Kenny Omega a little bit more. Yeah, man. I mean, in a sense, it worries me on how they feel about being management. But then, are problems going to arise when Kenny wants something and Tony Khan pulls the, well, I don't necessarily have to give it to you because you aren't management anymore, or maybe I don't have to listen to you on the same degree that I did, so I don't have to listen to your opinions like I used to. Is that stuff gonna kind of play a factor as well? That makes me a little worrisome. I can't lie. I don't know. Can I see him going to WWE? Yes. I know he was always the guy that was said, he wants to be, one of the guys, one of the greatest wrestlers to never go to WWE, and I would like him to keep that. But at this point, I couldn't tell you, bro. I couldn't tell you. I mean, we're in such uncharted territories, man. However, though, I will say, I think a lot of these guys, and this is real, I really feel bad for FTR. I think a lot of these guys are, I think a lot of these guys need to wait till WWE sells first, or else they could be making, you could be making a really good decision, or you could be making probably the worst decision in your professional career. So it's tough, dude.
Especially with the other news of that WWE sale, of who backed out of that sale already. Did you get that?
Comcast, or was it somebody else?
Oh no, I sent it to you today or yesterday.
Did you?
The UFC parent company dropped out.
We were just Endeavor?
Yeah. They dropped out of it.
Damn.
They said they have no interest in buying WWE.
Wow.
So, one of their biggest potential buyers.
We just read about Endeavor.
They already dropped out, man. So, like we said, every fucking story that comes out about this WWE sale points to Saudi. Come on, dog. That ain't a good sign, bruh. Signs like that are why you wait to sign with that fucking company.
Definitely. Eddie Kingston said in a video from AEW that he's stepping down from the company.
Yeah, I saw that and it made me realize he's doing a lot of things on that ROH.
Yeah.
Probably how he goes to ROH, because technically what happened on ROH TV didn't happen yet per kayfabe. So
right.
I think they're just setting that up for him to go to ROH.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. definitely getting some eyes on ROH a little bit.
Did we? Did we not?
We just talked about them being in the running. Um,
But I don't think we talked about them dropping out.
yes,
'Cause that
because
was yesterday.
yes, because they were one of the main people that were alongside Saudi Arabia for the front runners to buy. Um,
And I got that fucking notification, I think from Ringside. It was either yesterday or the day before. So that
wow.
just happened within this week, is that they dropped out of the buyer field. They said they're not interested.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I'm seeing it here. I'm seeing it
Yeah,
here.
Kingston was supposed to be in that ladder match.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, cool. I mean, not cool, but like, I mean, I get what they're doing
Bro, don't
with
give a
sending them.
fuck about this.
Shit.
They said, "All right, Eddie, go wrestle his ladder match." He said, "What's the story?" There is none. Ah, fuck. Hey,
Oh
bro.
shit.
Bro, just start walking the other direction as his music hit. Um,
Just
yeah, man. Um, yeah. WWE. Um, yeah. This was what the CEO of Endeavor had to say. He says, as it relates to WWE, it's an unbelievable product. Vince Vince is an unbelievable. He's created a great business. We've had a long-standing relationship with them over 2 decades. We're doing as indicated on. We're doing as I indicated, the on-location business with them, the Endeavor streaming with them. His business is really valuable, and we're not going to do anything as it relates to changing our leverage position right now. So yeah, they're out.
hey, Triple H, bro. God damn. Who are they only talking to? Fucking Vince.
Yep.
God damn.
Which, if that's the case, I wonder if Vince McMahon is telling people that he is going to stay in the company, and that is why these people are dropping out, because they probably want no part of it.
Probably, man. Probably. It ain't looking good, bro. It ain't
No.
looking good. That's why we are saying, wait until that company is sold to make a decision on where the fuck you're going, bro. Because if it is sold and Triple H is in charge, go there. It could be great. If not, fucking avoid that shit like the goddamn plague.
Yep. Yep. Absolutely.
I know I will be.
Absolutely. Yeah, man. So, Kenny Omega. More news on Kenny, man. Kenny Omega opens up about the backstage altercation at All Out between the Elite and CM Punk. Kenny Omega, man. Look at this, man. A little bit of storytelling for Kenny Omega. How about it?
Yeah,
Man,
he's telling a
Kenny.
story. Sadly, it's some real beef story, but it's a story.
Man, Kenny Omega, bro. I think this is the first story he's told all year.
Damn.
Wow. All right, Kenny.
Look at you, Kenny. I thought you didn't want to.
Shit. Now speaking with Renee Paquette on the sessions, Kenny Omega has discussed the brawl-out altercation, stating that the general public will likely never learn the finer details of the event. He says, and I quote, "It's a shame the general public are never going to know what went down, how it could have been prevented, and how it could have ended differently. That's how things go in a business operation. I do not think anyone is happy or proud that it happened or anything like that. I think across the board, everyone thinks it was a terrible situation that was unnecessary." Many of the end quote. Many of the AEW roster would have heard about the controversy at the same time as it swept through the media. This may have affected the morale across the company, but Kenny Omega was keen to suggest that the atmosphere backstage is much improved when Renee asked him whether it had cleared up. He said, "Yeah." He said, and I quote, "Yeah, I really do. I feel the atmosphere has cleared up. There was a time, and I can understand the confusion. It's sort of like, hey, we know this thing happened. We heard this thing happened all over the dirt sheets. Why don't we know what happened? And we're gone, and we're kind of sworn to secrecy. We can't say anything legally." So that was the poopy part, where it was like, the fuck kind of storytelling is this, Kenny Omega?
It's very good.
Where, 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 where it was, oh, he's never gonna fucking live this down. Where it was like, well, why doesn't anyone tell us what's happening? And then you're forced to form your own opinions. End quote. He would later go on to explain how he felt grateful that no one was seriously injured coming directly out of the brawl. He claimed that he and the Young Bucks had moved on with their lives and are sincerely hoping that everybody else involved in what happened is doing well now. He says, and I quote, "What's important was no one was seriously injured emerging from that, and I'm so thankful for that. We moved on with life. I'm completely fine with it. It does not indicate, what do I say? I'm sure the Bucks are in the same boat. I can't really speak to the other parties. Hopefully they're doing well, and I mean that." End quote. Well, Kenny, I think he took, the first story all year, it was okay. I mean, it wasn't nothing crazy. But, he did all right, man. He did all right. He told a more intriguing story than he has on AEW television all year.
Yeah.
But
That is true.
it is just funny to me how quickly everything was sealed off and legally everybody was sworn to secrecy so quick. It almost it makes me wonder that maybe there was a little bit of image saving that was going on there.
Yeah, I think with everybody, man, it was just a scramble to make sure everyone didn't. There was. I don't think they wanted to have a scapegoat. I think in a way they knew everybody played a part, even Tony Khan, in the fucking fight happening, and it's all like, yeah, this is not one person's fault. It's all of ours. We're glad it's over, and I'm glad that that's the conclusion about Brawl Out, that it's fucking over, and everyone just wants to fucking move on, and I think that's good to hear.
Definitely, and you like to hear Kenny talking about you like to hear Kenny talking about CM Punk and wishing them and Ace the best. I mean, it's good to hear, and it's a step in the right direction, man. And I'm more than anything, I'm just glad he told a story, man. That's my thing. That's my thing, man. That was definitely good to hear, though, man. That was definitely good to hear. Yeah,
Definitely.
but it's crazy how fast. It's crazy how fast things.
They were able to do that shit.
Yep. Whether it was Punk who initiated the legal action, whether it was AEW themselves, or whether it was the Elite. I mean, there was some serious image saving going on there.
Mm-hmm.
And like we always said, and like I still think, I believe, at least from the stories, whether they were true or not, from what we know that happened, the stories that we were getting back at the time, it seemed like Punk initiated the legal action. And I feel like it was because he knows that he probably sucker punched Matt Jackson in the face.
Yeah, even though the overall argument is everybody's fault,
Yeah.
I think the legit fight itself, if you ask me, I think CM Punk kind of started it. And his little group there, I think they started the physical fight itself, man.
I think he started the physical fight, and I think he started the fight. I mean, we all seen it. Man. I mean, that media scrum started the fight hands down. Had he went on there and just, cut a good promo on MJF, did his thing, answered questions. Yeah, none of this would have ever fucking happened if you ask me. But he said what he said, and if I was the Elite, I'd go knocking on his fucking door too, especially if you were sitting up there talking about, if anybody's got a problem with me, come talk to me. And
they did. You sucker punched one of them.
Yeah.
So, I mean, although in my personal opinion, from what we have known about this incident, we could be all wrong, or I could be all wrong. My
Definitely.
personal opinion, CM Punk did, kind of fucking start it. But I mean, at the end of the day, who fucking cares, man? It's over with.
It's over.
Everybody's got to
Yep.
let it go. But I would still love to have seen that night. I would do the things I would do to be there that night to witness that. I would do so many things.
Cody Ariel Helwani asked Cody Rhodes about it, and Cody
Yeah,
said he was having a fun time making fun of one of his students that had to pull it apart. I guess he
that's
always
just
like teases him about it. I'm like, damn.
damn, yeah. Just haha, yeah, to fucking stop all those guys from whooping each other's ass. Wonder what student that is. Who is left at that fucking show?
I don't know, man. The Nightmare Factory, man.
God,
Getting trained
probably
by
was like
QT
QT.
Marshall.
I was gonna say probably was like QT or something.
Well, I think it was
It's
one of his students that one of his trainees that went to the show. So it's probably some
uh,
dude we don't even
some
know.
random.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. That's crazy. That's some like probably just random new guy has all the information about that night.
We
Man,
need whoever it is, we're willing to
you
let
are
you come on here with an anonymous voice and share to the world your
what
story.
happened. I
What
would
happened that night?
fucking kill to hear that, man.
I need to hear it, man. So whoever this anonymous person is, we'll put you up here with a black screen. We'll give you the fucking. We'll give you We'll give you the.
Fake fucking silhouette guy.
Yeah. Yep. We'll give you the T-bar voice. We'll do
Oh,
the whole nine
yeah.
yards, man. Nobody will ever know who you are.
I was gonna say I'm giving the fucking Riddler voice.
Hey, we're willing to hear from you, man. Um. Yes, but I'm glad everybody's kind of not really wearing it as a badge of honor, and everybody's kind of moving past it, and everybody wants to move past it. And Dax Harwood said on his podcast, and he made it a mention to say, CM Punk still wants to be involved in wrestling, and then he said, I want to make that a point. CM Punk would love to be involved in wrestling. He was at New Japan, who works heavily with New Japan, bro. CM Punk wants to be there for
Mhm.
Forbidden Door too. He wants that match with the Ace. I don't know, man. I think it's gonna happen, and I think AEW has got a really good chance at landing FTR if Punk is allowed.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Definitely, man. So, speaking of people definitely leaving AEW, Vicky Guerrero.
Damn.
No.
No,
Vicky
please.
Guerrero is set to leave AEW per Fightful Select. Guerrero has been with AEW since late 2019, has managed Andrade, Nyla Rose, and Marina Shafir during her time with the company. It was noted that Guerrero and AEW have agreed not to renew her contract, which expires in July.
Man, I missed the problem. Marina Shafir.
Oh, God.
But I mean, um, I mean, if neither party wanted to be there, it's good that they aren't forcing anything between, her staying or nothing, man. So it's good to hear that they mutually agreed to, not renew a contract, man.
Absolutely. Absolutely, bro. It's very good. It's very good that people are leaving. I would preferably like it to be talent, but if Vicky doesn't want to be there, Vicky doesn't have to be there, man. And that's
Mhm.
she's I'm sure she's a great hand to have backstage. You know what I mean? You know, not really gonna say too much about her run on television because it was not really that, and it was nothing crazy, but nonetheless, I'm sure she was a great hand to have backstage, and I'm sure she is going to be missed in AEW. And hey, if she doesn't want to be there, there's no point in keeping there's no point in keeping her around, and that's just
That's
how
just
it
how
is,
it is.
man. Yeah,
Definitely, man. Definitely.
yeah. So yeah, man. moving on here. Sonya Deville. Glock Deville. TMZ confirms Sonya Deville was arrested in New Jersey on February 19th. Damn.
Oh, damn, that was a minute ago.
Oh, wow. Sonya Deville was arrested in New Jersey on February 19th for possessing a firearm in her vehicle without a permit for it in said state. The permit was valid for Florida, not New Jersey. Sonya Deville was a victim of a horrific home invasion in 2020. They can confirm that WWE is not upset with Sonya over the situation, and there are negative repercussions for her. What is not upset? That makes absolutely no sense. They confirm that WWE is not upset with Sonya over the situation, and there are negative repercussions for her within the company.
I mean, I kind of get it. Even though they aren't upset, they still, in a way, gotta punish her. She technically did
Okay, I
commit
see
a
what you're
crime.
saying. I see what you're
Yeah,
saying.
so like, hey, we're not mad at you, but we do kind of have to punish you for what you did. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's one of those things. I mean, I don't
Okay.
like Logan said in the chat. I don't blame her at all. I
Oh,
mean, all the
fuck
shit
no.
she's been through, I'd be strapped up too, man. And it's just like a state to state thing. That kind of shit happens all the time, man. I mean, that cell must be going crazy, man. You got Dom, Jeff, and now Sonya and that shit. That's just a party.
Whew.
Who's next, man? Who's next?
I
But
know, man. The all prison
but
lineup, man.
swear to God, all prison faction, man.
Dude.
But shit, what was I gonna say? Yeah, man. I don't blame her at all, man. And that's just little legal stuff in all reality.
Definitely, man. Definitely. I mean, it sucks. It sucks that her permit was not valid in the state of New Jersey. I'm sure she had no idea.
Yeah,
I'm sure she had no idea. It was kind of probably a thing where
she just
she was
takes it
just
with her.
taking it with her without even realizing it, and then, oh shit, I get caught up in New Jersey with a gun that's not, with a firearm that's not permitted in this state, and it's kind of just a big legality problem, I guess, man. But I'm glad, I'm glad the company's not mad at her. There's absolutely no way you could be mad at Sonya Deville for, wanting to conceal and carry when, I mean, if I was her, I'd fucking keep the Glock on my hip too. I mean,
Swear to God.
yeah, I absolutely not. Absolutely not, especially with what happened to her. So yeah, I'd be worried as hell too, man. Yeah, so Sonya Deville was arrested, man, and the roster just keeps getting bigger and bigger, man, and there's no
Even
stopping it.
next,
It seems, honestly. All right, man. So we got the last three stories before we get to the Revolution predictions, bro, are all in tune with WrestleMania. We got some original planned ideas.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my lord, some of these sound horrible, some of these we knew about, and some of these sound horrible. Sean Sapp behind Fightful's paywall. Sean Sapp behind Fightful's paywall reported that plans changed for Ronda Rousey. Plans changed when Ronda Rousey took some time from WWE television. That resulted in Charlotte Flair's last-minute title win. He says, and I quote, Ronda Rousey versus Rhea Ripley for WrestleMania dating back to November. The creative plans for the Royal Rumble winner were effectively set. Rhea Ripley was set to win and challenge the SmackDown Women's Champion. At the time, it looked like that would be Ronda Rousey, who was slated to hold the SmackDown Women's Championship until April, obviously WrestleMania, when Rousey took some time off and Charlotte won the SmackDown Women's Championship. It was a last-minute champion. It was a championship. She won the championship as a last-minute creative decision. Creative plans were changed then. End quote. Holy
Fucking
fuck.
God. Holy shit.
Whew.
That sounded ass, man. I'm glad she dipped out and took a little fucking vacation, man, because Rhea Ripley versus Ronda would have been fucking god fucking awful, man. Say, can't believe I'm saying this, bruh. Thank God Charlotte came back. Good
Yes.
lord.
No doubt. It also seems this isn't in the news either, but it just kind of seems like it's the way they're going. It also seems that Ronda Rousey's WrestleMania plans have been altered again, because it was reported last week or the week before that her and Shayna Baszler were going to be going for the the SmackDown Tag Team, or the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. They're gonna face the fucking Usos, the Women's Tag Team Championships. And it looks like that's changed too now, man. So I don't know what the hell is gonna happen with Ronda Rousey at WrestleMania. Don't really care too much either.
No, exactly. I don't know if it's Triple H that don't like her ass. I don't know who it is. Maybe he's still mad she got that win over from that Mania. Bro got some beef. I don't know what it is, man. But thank God. Deuces, Ronda Rousey, man. I don't want to see you no more.
Definitely, man. I mean, Triple H, was on, it's been reported that Triple H feels that some talent, ever since he's taken over creative, has just massively underperformed. And I can easily see Ronda in that boat, man.
The last time he was really around, like on the weekly, was around that time of that match. And she was great during that time. And he's back, he returns back in power, and she's producing dog shit every week.
Yeah.
So he's like, damn, this chick sucks.
Definitely, dude. Definitely. So, another story, man. Another story. WrestleMania plans for John Cena. The original plans for John Cena. Sean Sapp reported behind Fightful's paywall that several plans have changed for WWE since the fall, specifically late November to early December. It was noted by a couple of outlets that plans shifted. The report continued to shed some light on the canceled John Cena versus Logan Paul match that was penciled in at WrestleMania at one time. This match was penciled in, but then things changed pretty quickly. Logan Paul versus John Cena at WrestleMania. Things changed quickly for this one. Heading into Survivor Series, the internal working plan was for Logan Paul to take on John Cena. However, a month later, WWE was pulling Austin Theory from a Toronto live event to secretly film a segment with Cena. What's up?
Go ahead.
However, a month later, WWE was pulling Austin Theory from a Toronto live event to secretly film a segment with John Cena at the December 30th WWE SmackDown tapings in Tampa. And, quote, Logan Paul is set to face Seth Rollins at WrestleMania 39, and John Cena will return to take on Austin Theory, as we can only assume that the United States title will be in play for that Cena versus Theory match.
Man, although I'm not too big into them using that U.S. title in that feud, I like it a whole lot better than Cena and fucking Logan Paul, man. Thank God.
Yes, Logan. You have Logan Paul wrestle your people that are kind of like your big, kind of, like The Miz, he's kind of like...
Yeah, those Hollywood people.
Yeah.
although Cena is Hollywood, when it comes to WWE TV, he's far from fucking Hollywood, man.
Yeah.
He's still John Cena
Yep.
at his fucking core anytime he fucking comes back. So you don't lump him in that circle, Mr. WWE. But I'm glad they didn't go that route.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I'm very glad they didn't go that route. Obviously, that means that poor Seth had to take that one on the chin. But man, yeah, I mean, yeah, John, Logan Paul, you have faced the kind of people that are a bit of lesser names, you know what I mean? They're big names,
Yeah,
but they're just not maybe on the same level as like a Cena, like The Miz. You know what I mean? The
yeah,
Miz, maybe you do like a Logan Paul versus like a Randy Orton, I mean, you maybe put him in some of those matches as like, kind of nothing matches, you put him against your bigger names that maybe don't really have anything to do at the moment, you know, um that's kind of the people at least I envision putting Logan Paul against. I also imagine putting Logan Paul against, kind of just people that maybe you want to get some light onto because Logan has a huge name. So
hmm
you put him against people that maybe you want to like Logan Paul versus Ricochet would have been great this year for
that would be
WrestleMania.
perfect.
Logan Paul
Yeah, I mean,
versus Montez Ford would be pretty cool. Stuff like that, man. You know,
that's bad.
yeah, definitely, definitely. And on occasion you can put him against the bigger name, but the bigger name that has nothing to do. But typically, man, I wouldn't really use those spots for Logan Paul. But I mean, he is good, man. He is good. I do like Logan Paul a lot. I think he's very good, and the match with Seth is gonna be good. But a match with John Cena, man, wasn't up my alley, man. It really wasn't.
No, not at all, man. I'm glad the route they went overall.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Austin Theory has been on record as to being a huge John Cena fan. It only makes sense, dude. It only makes
Yeah,
sense to do that match. I think they tell a really good story in the next month, and I think it could be really, really nice. Um don't like that it's for the US title, but I mean, if Triple H wants to limit the amount of matches, I guess that isn't the worst idea. Plus, John Cena going for the U.S. title is going to shed a lot of positive light on the U.S. title. I will say that.
yeah, that's true. That's true.
I will say that. As for our final stories before we get on to the Revolution predictions, oh my God. Fightful Select confirms Brock Lesnar himself approved the fight with Omos at WrestleMania 39. Brock Lesnar was also offered a fight against Bray Wyatt at that event, and it was Brock Lesnar himself who turned down the idea.
I mean, what the fuck, man? First of all, why is why is why your other option for Brockner? I don't know why you don't give him something a little more agile, a little more in terms of in-ring wise, more of an interesting opponent for Brock Lesnar. But dog, damn,
Dude.
that hits.
Dude. Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar have a history. They
Literally.
actually have a history. They were supposed to face at WrestleMania 32. And honestly, with Bray Wyatt and Brock Lesnar, and it's the same thing with Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley, there is certain aspects about it that don't sound too bad, like these guys adding a bit more of a realistic feel to Bray Wyatt, adding more of a realistic feel to Bray Wyatt. But as we talked on Monday, we could probably make a whole fucking flipping the script episode on Bray Wyatt and why he should go back to being. I mean, you had a great conversation Monday after Unscripted about how much we miss grounded Bray. That could probably be a fucking whole 2-hour episode in itself. But
Oh my God.
these guys, these guys maybe could add a little bit of realism, a little bit of more grounded nature to Bray Wyatt, but the way WWE's going, man, it looks like they're just dipping into the Funhouse bag. I don't know if that was Wyatt's plan all along to, bring back the Firefly Funhouse characters and bring them to life, but I don't know, man. Something needs to change, man. Something needs to change here
I swear to God, man, they can't
with
this
his
shit go on.
direction. Yeah.
Because this direction ain't fucking it, man. It's so bad to where even Brock was like, nah, I'm good.
That ain't it.
He really said,
Nah, that
that's
ain't it.
it's over you. You need to change some fucking shit, dog. Come on.
Yes. No question, dude. Brock, bro, why? Why on earth why on earth would you fucking do that, bro? Why? Why on earth, man? I feel like it could have, and I say that in saying maybe it could have added a cool element to Bray, but at the end of the day, he probably would have just been clowning around doing Funhouse segments with Brock at this point,
And
because
is being
it would have been at least with Bobby Lashley. Bobby Lashley looks great right now. I can say that Bobby Lashley looks like a bad motherfucker right now. That's a positive out of this. It's just, and I hate saying this, but Wyatt is kind of killing the vibe here a little bit, man. I mean, he's clowning around. I love Bray Wyatt, so you guys know this coming from me and coming from Sir Kay especially. No disrespect to the man, just nothing but constructive criticism. You guys know how much we love Bray. We're not going to be those kind of fans that's true as well.
Shit.
That's true as well. I could see Brock wanting to win this year at Mania because
Exactly.
Brock hasn't been getting, not that he hasn't been getting wins at Mania, he hasn't been getting wins in general over this Triple H era.
Dude's been a massive loser, so he probably just wants to win a match for once in his life.
He beat Bobby by a roll-up, I believe, at Crown Jewel, but we're not these kind of fans that are going to sit there and say, man, we miss Bray. He shouldn't have got fired. He's a creative genius. And now that he's back, now everybody fucking hates him again, and he's the worst thing ever, and they want to see him go away. Can you say fickle any louder? However, my constructive criticism, being a realist, I'm gonna keep it real. Bray Wyatt ain't been it. Bray Wyatt ain't been it lately, man. I don't know what the fuck is going on with him. His feud with LA Knight came off as the star. That's just how it is. And, again, no disrespect to Bray. We love Bray here, but man, I mean, what is the direction here, dude? What is the direction? It's a little too all over the place, man. And I use that term loosely. It is very all over the place, man. I mean, geez.
All over the place, too theatrical.
Yep.
It's not been it, man. This shit needs to change.
Yes, absolutely. Could you imagine cult leader Bray having fucking Abigail's silhouette hanging around him 24/7? Like, we're seeing Uncle Howdy a little too much.
So annoying.
Yes, we're seeing Uncle Howdy too much. It's going to be Bo Dallas. I want to see Bo Dallas. I don't want to see any of this bullshit. I don't want to see who is this guy? It's Bo Dallas. And I don't want Bo Dallas to play a character called Uncle Howdy. I want him to be Bo Dallas.
Exactly. That's what I fucking wanted this group to be. His family. Shit like that, man.
Definitely. And I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know. Gone are the days of The fucking original Wyatt family, man.
I miss it, man. I miss that shit.
What a
I want to see
time.
that shit again.
Seriously. Seriously, man.
Wyndham.
Yes. Uh, I don't want to see Bo. I do not want to. I swear to God, if Eric Young is a part of this fucking Wyatt Six, I'm gonna lose my marbles, dude.
Lose my shit, bro. And then we gotta see fucking Bo Dallas as fucking Uncle Howdy for some fucking reason.
I want to see these people be introduced as these characters, but I don't want to see them continuously dress up as these characters, if
No,
that makes any sense.
I'm tired of the big, thick fucking costumes and shit. Just let these people be who they are with a little cool, creepy twist. That's all you gotta do.
Yep.
That's what Wyatt was. He was just a southern cult leader with a little creepy twist.
Yep.
Embrace that, bro. Embrace that shit.
Definitely. Definitely. And under Triple H, we seen what Bray Wyatt was in NXT as the cult leader. It was not as, supernatural as Vince ended up making it be. He was just like some preaching ass southern dude who made people like him, but on the inside it was a cult, and that's cult 101. You know what I mean? Those guys, they don't know. They aren't assholes. They're actually very nice. It's when you get on the inside is when they
see dark side.
Yes, and it was beautiful. He was in NXT fucking preaching. He had the crowd doing this shit, singing. Dude, man, so good. What is the direction? Although I question why Brock chose Omo over Wyatt, other than getting a win at Mania. I can't really blame him. I think Bobby Lashley adds a little more serious, at least a little more serious than Brock Lesnar would, because I love Brock. I even love Cowboy Brock, but little too jokey for me, man. He's a little too happy-go-lucky nowadays.
Oh, 100%, man.
Yeah.
100%.
Definitely. And, I like Cowboy Brock, but just too much. Too much, man.
Just too much jokiness.
Mm-hmm. And the last story before we get to these predictions, Dave Meltzer on the Wrestling Observer Radio. Oh, my bad. Sorry, that was an old story. Whoops. Okay, my bad. I was going to say, I thought this was from WrestleVotes. Okay, WrestleVotes reports that the idea for Brock Lesnar versus Omos at WrestleMania came from Vince McMahon. Wow. The WrestleVotes Twitter account, which has broken several big stories in the past, sent out the following tweet today. They say, and I quote, "I'm told the highly anticipated, very compelling Brock Lesnar versus Omos WrestleMania matchup was the idea of one specific powerful person who pushed it through, that person being Vince McMahon," as he left a gif of Vince McMahon under the tweet. Like we fucking said. And whether Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley was actually a Vince idea, or whether that was Triple H's kind of like panic move and like, oh shit, we have nothing for these two, it very well could be a Vince McMahon idea. I could very well see that. But I could also very well see it being something where Triple H was like, fuck, now we got to do Omos versus Brock Lesnar. Oh shit, what do I do with Bray Wyatt and Bobby Lashley? I guess just have them face each other. So whether it was a Vince McMahon idea, whether Bray and Bobby was a Vince McMahon idea directly, it also was indirectly, because that was the effect after the cause that was, Brock Lesnar and Omos. So
Definitely. It's a concerning story, man, and it probably at this point only gonna grow from there. That's how he works.
Yeah. Yep, that's Vince McMahon 101, right?
Mm.
Man. All right, man. So that was all of the that was all the news stories for this week, man. That was all the news stories for this week. I hope you guys did enjoy all the news, man. That is everything regarding the week. I was
Oh
telling Sir
yeah.
K, man. I was telling Sir K before we went on live. You know, in one sense, it was weird being on here after Dynamite, but in the other sense, it wasn't weird because I'm looking at the run sheet and I'm like, damn, this feels like a fucking. I mean, we had 15 stories today, so it feels like a
Yeah.
regular. It just feels like a regular episode of news because it would have felt really, really weird if it would have felt really, really weird if um there was absolutely nothing to talk about. But
There was
all
a
right,
lot
man.
actually.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. So, the first match we're going to talk about for the AEW full gear, what the hell? The Revolution card.
Who could
The
tell the
first
difference at this point?
Yeah. The first match we're going to be talking about is a match that seems to have been announced on Dynamite tonight. Jungle Boy Jack Perry versus Christian Cage in a no holds barred match. Judging off what we saw, I thought it was going to be a buried alive match.
That's what I think it might end up being, to be honest, but I don't know.
Yes, so there is this match. This one was announced tonight. Um uh Shit. For this one, damn.
Eh, See, although it doesn't pertain to the, predictions, did you hear that little Edge reference tonight from Christian?
Maybe when you tell me.
He told Jungle Boy that he didn't have the grit that, he thinks he does to be a singles champ. Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
Weirdly, I could see Edge coming in after he retires in WWE. Weirdly, I could see that, man. I don't know if it's gonna happen. I wouldn't bet on it, but I could see it, man.
Isn't his deal up soon?
I think that's what it is,
I
yeah.
could see him going to AEW for one match with Christian Cage and then going
Mm,
back to WWE to finish one last match in Toronto,
I could
Ontario
see it.
against Cena. I would like
Hmm.
that. And
That
then
would be
I think that would be the end of it. But this
awesome.
match, man, damn, I don't know, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say hmm.
It's tough, man, because Christian did just return, and I don't think Jungle Boy would look bad if he lost.
Uh-uh.
So I might go with Christian.
I'm gonna actually go ahead and say Christian Cage too, but where the hell is Luchasaurus? I feel like he'll play a factor in this
Yeah.
too.
That's another one who we don't know where he still stands on all this, man. So,
Mhm.
although he probably, obviously on TV he's not really cool with Jungle Boy anymore, but is he still even cool with Christian Cage? We don't know, man. We don't know. He could very well play a factor, but I think I'm gonna go ahead and say Christian.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So, yeah, man. And with that, moving on to our next match, man, we have Chris Jericho versus Ricky Starks, man, with the JAS banned from ringside. You know, as we seen tonight, they did get the one up on Ricky Starks. The JAS all attacked him. So I think by the time Ricky Starks wins or I think by the time we get to Revolution, and Jericho doesn't have a group behind him, I think Ricky Starks is going to pick up the victory and hopefully end this feud off, man. So I'm gonna go Ricky.
Yeah. Well, hopefully it's the end, man. And I think Ricky Starks will win. I think he will outsmart Jericho in the end. And I think Ricky Starks will get the win, man.
Definitely, man. Definitely. So yeah, man. I originally thought maybe we were gonna see a little bit of interference with Powerhouse Hobbs, but he's in the TNT title situation, so That's that. Did you see him standing on top of the very fucking top of the ladder?
Dude, that shit was sketchy as hell, bro.
Oh,
I gotta say,
bro.
they raised that fucking ring a little too high. That shit, that man was trying to fucking unbuckle that shit. They should have lowered it down a tad bit.
Dude, he really was, bro. He really was. I'm sitting there, and they zoom the camera out, and I'm like, oh my god, he's fucking just standing on the very top of the ladder. Crazy.
It's so sketchy. And those fucking refs probably were fucking struggling their ass off to hold his ass up there.
Oh man, yeah, they let that thing go, and that ladder was bent as fuck too. They let that thing go, we would have fucking seen Powerhouse take a tumble, man. I mean, oh lord. That would have been bad. But yes, I'm gonna go ahead and say Ricky Starks, man. What a
Same.
shit. Well, not 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 a shit face of the Revolution ladder match, but just like,
What a lame one.
why is it
You
on
could
fucking
like,
Dynamite, dude?
especially with the number of matches they have on this Revolution card,
Yep.
I would have been perfectly fine with them putting this match still on the pay-per-view card and putting a little bigger names in there.
Yes, and
But
as of right now, there
mhm,
is no Jade Cargill match on the pay-per-view.
please keep it that way, TK.
However,
Please.
there is something on Rampage, so I could easily see somebody coming out and challenging her on Rampage for the championship.
Yeah, it'll be some random fucking nobody she'll beat in 2 minutes. Waste
Seriously.
of our time.
Where is Athena? I mean, what the fuck? Why isn't she with the freelancers, man? That's what I'm
Did
wondering.
did she get injured?
I know she's the ROH Women's Champ.
Oh, okay. Yeah, she's probably busy with that then. Hmm.
That is true. Oh, yeah, that's true. But man, I mean, she's been off TV for like a hot 2 months, man.
She has been. It's been a minute.
All right, man. The next one is Texas Death. Speaking of things that aren't shit or lame,
Ooh,
a
this shit.
Texas Death match. John Moxley, Adam Hangman Page. I don't know why they're calling it a Texas Death match. I don't even know what's the difference between a fucking Texas Death match and a. And let me see. Let me see this.
I have no clue, man. I couldn't tell you the fucking difference. Same way with like when they're in Chicago and they call it a Chicago street fight and then just a normal street fight. You would think it'd just be a region thing, but I guess they just call death matches Texas death matches.
Wait, what? Huh?
Hmm?
A variant of the Last Man Standing match is a Texas Death match, in which a wrestler must be pinned to a count of 3 or made to submit or be rendered unconscious before the referee will begin the 10 count.
Wait, what?
Some of these wait, that just made no fucking sense.
That's not what a that's not what those matches are though. How is that a variant of the match when it has nothing to do with the same What?
I have no idea. I
I have no fucking clue, man.
whatever. Yeah, so yeah, Chicago, I don't know, New York street fight, Chicago street fight, who fucking knows at this point?
Brooklyn Rat Street Fight? Who fucking knows? Super Rat Street Fight?
Dude, seriously, dude. So John Moxley and Hangman Page, man, this is match number 4? Yeah, 4.
40,
Well, this is 3 if you
3.5.
don't count the one that Hangman got hurt in. I'm gonna go ahead and say Hangman. I'm gonna go ahead and say Hangman. Yes, this will definitely be a bloody one, as we all know. John Moxley's in the match, so this match will be a bit of a bloody one. But yes, this one definitely will be a bloody match, man. And John Moxley, I don't think it's good to have him, win this much, if that makes any sense.
I mean,
Yeah,
I definitely have a man win here.
definitely. I'm gonna go ahead and say Hangman picks up the victory in this one. to give him the win in this kind of, redemption story. Or I could see Hangman losing and kind of I could see Hangman losing, the Elite losing, and all of them kind of be at a kind of all of them
Well,
having to be at a down road in their
any lose.
roads.
Yeah, man, definitely. I could either see what I could see either way, but I think I'm gonna go with Hangman winning.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. And in the next one, we have Freelancer number 1, Soraya versus Ruby Soho versus the Women's World Champion, Jamie Hayter, man. Jamie Hayter. This one's interesting, man. This one is interesting. I hope they do not play somewhere into the story that's going, or in this match that's going to lead Ruby to snap and join the Freelancers. But man,
I fucking hope not, man.
regardless, I'm gonna go ahead and say Jamie Hayter wins. I'm gonna go ahead and predict Jamie for this one. Oh, did we lose her? Okay. We did periodically, so I hope he will be back soon. Hopefully he is. But yes. So yeah, I really, really hope that they do not pull something out of their ass that entails Ruby joining the Freelancers. But I'm gonna go ahead and say Jamie Hayter for this one, as I think we got him back, man.
Good God.
There he is. What's going on, man?
And you know what's the worst part? When I lose the Wi-Fi like that, I can still hear you the whole time. And when I'm not connected to the Wi-Fi,
Oh,
it
yeah.
still has me connected to you, and it doesn't let me know beforehand that I'm off until I hear you say, "Oh, we lost 30K," and then I just wait for my Wi-Fi to just go out on my screen. Because if I purposely disconnect it, I can't reconnect it. I have to just let it. It's the most annoying thing in the world, man. But
Ah,
I'm gonna say, and I think I'm gonna go with Jamie Hayter, man. I hope she doesn't lose it yet.
no, too early. Definitely too
Too way too
early
early.
for Mrs. Pog to lose the championship, man. So, yes, and in the next match, we. This fucking monstrosity.
Goodness, he-
The AEW World Tag Team Championships. The Gun Club defend the championships against the Acclaimed, Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, and Danhausen and Orange Cassidy.
Cut that bullshit, bruh. Mm-mm.
Bro, first of all, dude, except for the Acclaimed, what the fuck? You know you do have good teams in the tag team division, right? You do actually have good teams employed that you could have used here, correct? Last year at Revolution, we got Jurassic Express versus Red Dragon versus the Young Bucks. The 1
Man,
year later, we get Jarrett and Lethal versus the Guns versus the Acclaimed versus Orange Cassidy and fucking Danhausen.
what in the absolute fuck is that? One of them's not even a fuck. I mean, in a way, two of them aren't even a fucking tag team. Really, one of them aren't even fucking a tag team. What the hell are Orange Cassidy and Dano and Shithausen doing in that shit? Get them the fuck up out of there. Dude, every dude, they don't make themselves any better with my hatred for the best friends. Because they're included in that fucking group too, since that's technically their faction name, I guess.
Yeah.
Dude, garbage. All four of them blow. Man, Oh man, those fucking four suck. And then you have fucking Jeff Jarrett's old ass and Jay Lethal. I like Jay Lethal. I
Me
really
too.
do. Why the hell is he with Jeff Jarrett?
Jeff
Like,
Jarrett, bro. Oh, this fucking
ah,
man. All of these fucking groups, except for the Acclaimed, blow.
oh,
Blow. Dude.
like if Jay Lethal was in a faction with like a random good person, if it was like a bar
Like
like
Lee
faction,
Moriarty or something. Somebody
yeah,
good.
I'd be down for that shit
Yeah.
because that shit could be pretty cool. Jeff fucking Jarrett's old ass, and then the champions in this match are the Gun Club. Why are the Gun Club the champs? If FTR are coming back and they're gonna be there for Double or Nothing, should have just kept it on the Acclaimed, and FTR could have just beat the Acclaimed. Everybody would have been I would have been happy with that.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Who dude, at least FTR, dude, FTR and the Gun Club, nobody's interested to see that match. That match
Mm,
may not even be that good. And if it is any good, it's going to be an FTR carry. The Gun Club is
exactly.
not that fucking good, dude. They are not that fucking good. And the Acclaimed in FTR could have actually had a great match for the tag team championships at Double or Nothing. And here we fucking are. The Gun Club, who have been some of the worst champions in AEW history, why you even looked at putting championships on them absolutely blows the fuck out of my mind, because they, they're just a horrible act, dude. They genuinely are, man. They're horrible fucking act. Absolutely across the board, there is no appeal to these guys, dude. None.
Dude, they have nothing to their name.
And they're the tag team champions. They won the championships and one of the most awkward fucking AEW Dynamite endings I've ever seen in my entire life. Um, and then you have the poor Acclaimed in here with all these fucking horrendous tag teams. And don't even get me started on Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. Not only does Orange Cassidy have a championship, but is Danhausen actually going to fucking do something worth a damn in this match for once in his AEW run? Is he actually going to perform, or is he going to stand there and fucking walk around with his fucking hands like this and do his stupid curse thing? Dude,
That's
come
all he's
on,
gonna
dude.
fucking do. He's gonna get tagged in the match, curse somebody, and then that's it. That's the only value he shows to this fucking company. Dump his ass, bro. Dump the fucking Gun Club. Dump Jeff Jarrett being on TV. What is any of these people besides the Acclaimed? And the Acclaimed aren't even the champs in this scenario. What the fuck is this is this tag division, dog? What has it turned into?
Complete and utter dog shit.
Mhm.
Horrendous. I'm. I don't even.
I don't give a fuck.
I don't even know at this point. Because if FTR is coming back, their contracts are up next month. Are they going to really bring them back for a month?
That's the thing. If they're coming back, that means they re-signed. If they ain't coming back, they ain't coming back.
Yeah. Yeah.
So where does this lead, man? So this is very, very, confusing and unknown, and we're in unknown territory. So I don't know who's gonna win this fucking match, and frankly, I don't give a fuck. Because if FDR are coming back, they're just gonna beat whoever the fuck wins. And if the Acclaimed wins, why did you take it off them in the fucking first place?
Absolutely. Absolutely. Absolutely horrendous. So much for thinking FTR were going to be the winners of the Casino Tag Team Battle Royale. Nope. Danhausen and Orange Cassidy. What the fuck was that, man? I don't know. I genuinely don't know. If Tony Khan even treads putting the
Oh,
championships on Orange Cassidy and Danhausen, the tag team division might as well be scrapped. I don't know. I don't know what you do at this point. Do you want the Acclaim to have another reign? Because do you want these guys to have the championships and have nobody to face, and then the fans are eventually going to turn on them because their run's going to be stale?
Mm-hmm.
But then on the opposite end of that, none of the teams except for the Acclaimed in this match are good. I genuinely don't know what you do, and if you're asking me, I think in some roundabout way, AEW is going to have the Gun Club keep the belts, or I feel it's not going to the Acclaim. So it's either going to the Guns or you're making a really bad decision. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
all three of them are a bad decision other than the Acclaimed, and you might not want to put them on the Acclaimed in fear of people eventually turning on them quicker than they need to. So,
And plus, that'll make the Acclaimed look like shit if FTR are coming back, and the Acclaim lose the titles to win them again, to just lose them again. It'd
yep,
be the fucking TNT title all over again.
yep. I don't know, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say the Gun Club, man.
Sadly, bruh. Sadly, those two idiots.
Yeah, definitely, man. And the TNT Championship match, Samoa Joe, the TNT champ, Samoa Joe versus Wardlow. Uh,
Hey,
all right. I'm, a little excited for this match. I can't wait to see what Wardlow does. He still looks really fucking weird with short hair, but I digress. Um, you know, um, I don't know, man. I don't know. So being that Powerhouse Hobbs won the Face of the Revolution ladder match, I can easily see Wardlow getting the title back.
I can, man, and I think that's what's gonna happen, man. Especially that
Mm-hmm.
ROH television finally started up. Samoa Joe's gonna, be going doing that while he's champ. So I think, plus, I don't exactly know what Samoa Joe is doing on ROH TV, but but in the tapings, I don't think I saw him with that TNT title. And,
I'm
per
dead.
kayfabe, the per kayfabe that that doesn't happen. The ROH TV technically hasn't happened until tomorrow. When I think the first episode is tomorrow, actually. So I don't know. I didn't see him with that, and I didn't see a picture of Samoa Joe at all. But I know people are there to like challenge him and shit. So I don't know. Damn, 10 matches happening tomorrow. Oh, dude. Oh God, ROH, man. That ain't looking too hot, man. But yeah, man, I think I'm gonna go with Wardlow, man. I think all signs are pointing to Wardlow winning.
And this is why you can't have Samoa Joe pop up with both belts all the time, because then you risk spoiling it for yourself, with him not coming out with the TNT title. Then the live audience is going to be like, he's probably going to lose the TNT title to Wardlow, so this
That's
is
the thing.
this
I
is
don't know if
why.
he did.
Yeah, but regard, I mean, even if he did or not, this is why you do things like this, because you need, you want a little bit of unpredictability, man. You don't want to give anything away to your live audience. You don't want things to leak. This is why, and AEW has enough championships as it is already. So this is why you need to only have AEW championships featured on AEW television. That's it.
Exactly. Especially with ROH being taped. Imagine if the plan was for Samoa Joe, for Samoa Joe to keep the title. Imagine if he gets injured and they have to give it to Wardlow, and then he shows up tomorrow on that fucking pre-taped episode of ROH with that TNT title
Yep.
around his fucking show.
It's going to
That's
look
why you
really
can't do that
bad.
type of shit.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Will they listen to that? Probably not.
Like not. You
Um,
know that.
yeah, man. But I'm going to go ahead and say Wardlow for this as well. Plus, Powerhouse Hobbs is getting a match next week for the championship, for the TNT championship. So I'm going to go ahead and say Wardlow, but then Does Hobbs lose? I mean, what the fuck, man?
You're just having everybody lose out this bitch.
Just booking yourself into a corner, 101. But, yeah, man, I don't know what's up with that. However, yes, I'm going to go ahead and say Wardlow for this one, man. And next, we have the deep-rooted, the just compelling in every degree storyline between the Elite and the House of Black comes to a head at Revolution after years of build.
Oh yeah, man. Sammy who?
We're
This shit
finally
is great.
getting this match. Bloodline who? Man, we got Kenny Omega telling stories like no other human being on this planet. We have the Elite versus House of Black. Dude, what in the actual fuck was that tonight?
You said the other day exactly what happened on TV. No story. They just attacked them during their entrance.
They're going to come out. I literally said that the other... I was talking to you. Yes, I did say that. That is so true. Now I remember that. Dude, that's literally exactly what fucking happened. With their 1 week of build, they're going to come out and attack them. And man, did that make me anything but excited for this match. I mean, the match is going to be a banger. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah. Shit's gonna be heat. And in that post-match or post-attack promo, they looked amazing with those tag titles. I just wish we got a little bit of a story.
That's all I'm wishing for, man, but apparently not. Dude, I don't know. I feel like this isn't gonna go the right way.
No, I don't think it. I wanted to, but I have a feeling it won't, man. I just got a feeling.
Yeah, I really want this to go the House of Black's way, but I'm not feeling that way at all. I am not feeling like I'm not feeling like they're going to win it all. I think the Elite's going to keep it. And I possibly think they're going to hold them all the way up until CMFTR, but CMFTR doesn't really need a trios championships. I mean, granted, it would be better, doesn't necessarily need it. And the House of Black is not going to look good after another loss.
Mm-hmm. This group fucking needs it. So, in all reality, it really should, and I hope it goes to the House of Black. But I have a feeling the Elite's gonna keep it.
Me too, man. I'm gonna go ahead and predict the Elite, even though I want the House of Black. Unfortunately, I just do not see things going that way, and it's going to suck because they are not going to look good after that. But then again, the Elite are, very generous when it comes to putting people over. I will say that. If they can't tell a story, they can definitely put somebody over.
Yeah,
so
I hope so.
I hope they do them the favor, but in all reality, I see Tony Khan keeping the belts on these guys so we can get CMFTR versus the Elite. Yeah, man. And then for the final match, and the match that probably saved all of our lives, because if this match did not exist, we probably would have gotten a 28 match card with a bunch of Jade Cargill matches and a bunch of bullshit. The AEW World Heavyweight Championship being defended in a 60-minute Iron Man match. MJF defends the World Championship in his first pay-per-view defense against the Dragon Man, the American Dragon, Bryan Danielson. This is going to be good, man. And like I said, this match genuinely probably saved all of our souls, bro. If they knew that they weren't gonna have a 60-minute Iron Man match, this pay-per-view would have fucking had 16 matches on it, and they all would have been rushed. I mean, man, I like the 8-match card, but even with the 1 hour Iron Man match, you're going to have to fit 7 matches in 3 hours. So
Ooh.
that's going to be a little challenging on it as itself, man. But man, I'm so glad we don't have to see a bunch of other bullshit on this card. But hold your horses, because I'm sure we will see all the extra bullshit return for Double or Nothing. So
Oh, you know it. Double or nothing, double the matches, man. Yeah, God. But yeah, man, I'm excited for this match. I can't wait.
yes,
This shit has been heat. The story's been awesome.
totally
Of
great
course,
story.
per MJF. Look at that. Well, look what happens when you tell a great story. You make the most interesting match on the card. Fucking mind blowing. But I'm gonna go with MJF, man. I mean, Danielson he is Brian Danielson, man. But I think MJF's reign is just starting, man, and I think he's gonna win this match, man.
Definitely, bro. Definitely. I can, there's no other way I see it going down. I would like to see this go 0-0 all the
I
way
like.
up until the final minutes or the final seconds of the match, where MJF somehow, some way, beats his way out of this, man. And I'm very interested to see what happens with MJF and Bryan Danielson. I think it's going to be very, very intriguing nonetheless. By the way, speaking of references, this has nothing to, well, I guess it has a little bit to do with Bryan Danielson. Did you fucking hear that reference by Britt Baker?
I did not at all.
Britt Baker said in her backstage promo, "You can look, but you can't touch."
Yeah, I did hear that actually. Oh no,
Bruh.
dude.
Oh no.
I don't think that's happening because she
No.
technically does have another show with with the Fed. So I don't think she
That is true.
technically legally can go anywhere else anytime soon.
Thank
But
God.
dude, don't I think she's referencing that because I don't know why, because her opponents are from that same fucking company. I don't fucking know.
Yeah.
Please don't ever reference that again, Britt. You're getting
Please.
on my good side. Don't fuck yourself over here.
Seriously, man. Seriously. But yes, in the end, I'm going to go ahead and predict MJF, man. I think it's going to be a good one, man. It's going to be a good one. I'm definitely most excited for this match, being that this is the match that is telling the story on the card. Surprisingly, man, it's not Kenny Omega's match. He just wants to have fun nowadays. No,
Oh yeah, man.
no
Champion.
story-driven narratives for him.
Oh nope. Champion of a newly made championship doesn't want to tell stories. Hey man. But
That's not what they're known for, man.
no, not at all,
According to
man.
the
Not at
AEW
all.
elitists.
Oh God.
Yeah,
But
man.
can't wait for this match, man. I think I'm gonna give it, and I know it's gonna go to MJF, man.
Yeah, definitely, man. I'm right with you in that boat. I'm going to go ahead and say MJF too, man. But yes, that is going to do it for this edition of The Newsman. Wishing you a very happy vacation, bro. You definitely deserve it.
Thank you.
So yeah, man. I hope you enjoy yourself. As always, like I said, you deserve it, bro. So yes, we will be on here, like I said, in the beginning, for the AEW Revolution 2023 review. That will be, live after the pay-per-view does go off the air Sunday night. And yeah, man, that is going to be it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. Thank you guys for joining us on this special Wednesday edition of the news. Obviously, we will be back next week on Friday, man. This was just one time. This was just a one-off. This was just a nice one-off, man, for the Wednesday. So I hope you guys did enjoy it, man, and thank you guys for being here with us, and covering all the news for the week and the Revolution predictions. And it has been always a pleasure for my Johnny Mayhem.
And Sir K.
And that is going to do it for this edition of the Notorious Heels podcast, man. Thank you guys so much for being here. Durante, Logan, Pops, Bell, JT, everybody in the chat, man. Everybody in the live chat, everybody in the replay. Thank you guys so much for being here. Thank you guys. I love you guys, man. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And we will see you guys Sunday night with the Revolution 2023 review.
Peace.
wheels on the bitch. Now I throw shields on the dick to stop me from that HIV shit. And niggas know they soft like a Twinkie fillin', playing the villain, prepare for this rap killing. Biggie Smalls is the illest. Your style is played out like Arno, and that's what you talking about, Willis. The thrill is gone, the black Frank White is here to excite. Throw dick to dice. Bitches are like I'm brainless, guns are like I'm stainless steel. I want the fucking fortune like the wheel. I squeeze cats till my clips is empty. Don't tempt me. You don't want the fuck
Here I am, I'll be damned if this ain't some shit. Time to spread the butter lyrics over harmony grit. It's the mood killer death trap. Yes, I'm a jet black ninja. Coming where you rest at, surrender. Step inside the ring, use the #1 contender. Looking cold booty like your pussy in December. Nigga, stop bitching, button up your lippin'. From method, all you gettin' is a can of ass whipping. Hey, I be kicking. You son, you doing all the yapping, acting as if it can't happen. Your frontin' got me mad enough to touch something. You want from Shallon, Allen, and ain't afraid to bust something. So what you want, nigga? You want, nigga? I got a 6-shooter and a horse named Trigger. It's real, 94, rugged raw, kicking on your goddamn doors.